Nora Hawilo, and she is a conceptualizer with MICE International. Nora studied a Bachelor's of Science in Design Management at the American University of Sharjah School of Architecture and Design. Nora joined MICE International in early 2011, and she works across a range of high-profile clients in the region. Nora, tell us a little bit today about how you came up with the concept of Echo Dubai.
Okay, well, it didn't start off as an art, design and technology event. MICE has been researching the market on what's been missing. We are a young team and we're very creative and we love creative exploration, and there wasn't an event in the region that really supported that creative vision or mission. There are of course wonderful events in the region, but there wasn't one that included arts and design and innovation and technology. So we started to do our research, and at first it started off as a small idea of a 3D mapping event. That way we can start off small, include designers and innovators and creators in the fields of media. But after extensive research, we found out that that is only a sub-element of our bigger idea. So we started to dig deeper, started to see what's the trend in the market, what is available and what is not, and how can we create a link between what is happening outside and what is the vision of the local scene. So this is how we started to come up with Echo, and little by little we started to build up the event. And of course it's something that's a it's in a continuous state of change. So Echo is a continuous movement, basically.
So it's sort of fluid and going to
Yes.
keep growing.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And I mean, talking about it changing and growing, what's the vision for it in terms of perhaps in the region, or you want to take it global?
Definitely it's an event where we want to start off locally here in Dubai. We want to assess the market, we want to see how people are going to respond to the event, take the learning lessons away from that, and eventually be able to move it around the Arab region, because our main and our aim and our vision is to actually have innovators coming out from this region, which is very important for us. We want the rocket scientists and the creative engineers and the innovators to want to stay in the region, to want to create in the region, extend their knowledge in the region, and eventually have a region of innovation, and not just a region that buys in innovation. We want to sell out innovation as well.
And I mean, do you, in terms of the current state of the market, do you think that, or let's talk about the UAE specifically, do you think it's a long way off before it gets anywhere near countries like Denmark or Sweden in terms of their innovation and technology and perhaps the way that they approach these subjects?
Definitely the way they approach the subjects outside is a bit more mature, but having said that, locally you have plenty of investors, you have plenty of room for growth. It's a great market to test your products because it's small. So definitely we're not far off, but we just need this hub or community where this language of innovation is explored further, and it doesn't just include an app, or it doesn't just include a website, or it doesn't just include something that you buy in from outside as a product and then want to sell here locally. No, this language of innovation needs to be expanded, and this is why I feel like there is a big possibility for change in the region, and definitely you have plenty of companies and private individuals who are supporting this culture of innovation. So definitely we're not far off, but we need to start this conversation, and this is what Echo's.
So in the market at the moment, you've got companies like Google, Microsoft, you've got a range of incubators and hubs to really help SMEs and startups, and you've got Smart Dubai that's trying to drive this as well. Dubai wants to be the smartest city by 2020, the smartest city in the world. So I imagine they'd be keen to get involved with some of the concepts that Echo is going to be exploring?
Yes, absolutely. We are in talks with them, and it's within their vision. It's within their vision. It's within their objectives, and they're definitely striving really hard towards reaching that vision. So yes, definitely, it's we are part of that conversation with them.
Okay. So as part of the Echo Festival, I believe you're going to have some immersive installations. Can you tell us a little bit more about what an immersive installation actually is?
Right now, the people really want to start feeling things. They want to relate to experiences, not just products or not just things. With everything that they're getting exposed to online, it's very difficult to appeal to people emotionally now. So immersive experiences are experiences that touch not only your mind and your eyes, but you get to see through sound, you get to see through touch, you get to see through feeling. So it becomes a complete immersive experience through your body and sensibility. What we want to bring here are installations that have happened outside, that include audio and visual, but also put you within an environment where it's like you've stepped out of your comfort zone, you've stepped out of an experience that you're used to, and you're put in a completely different space where everything just stops to make sense, and it tricks you into thinking about new things and opens your eyes to new thoughts. So this is what we want to bring here. This is what's an immersive experience. It's an experience that you don't just see, it's an experience that you feel, and you continue to feel even after you've left this space.
All right, Nora, you spoke a little bit about what an immersive installation involves. Can you tell us a little bit about which ones you've confirmed for the festival so far? Or is there anything that you're able to discuss today?
Yes, one installation that we're bringing is by Bram Snyders. Bram is a media artist. He mixes virtual dimensions with the physical world. The installation is called Sensible 1.0. It's an interactive installation that enables users to sense a virtual layer made of digital matter with physical space. Basically, the individuals or the visitors will be passing under a Connect instrument, and suddenly their entire body is going to be completely covered in pixels in real time. And it will cover every inch of their body, and they're going to be able to take pictures, and they're going to be able to look down at their body and just see pixels. So they will see their body, but they will see their body covered up with something.
That sounds really amazing. That sounds really interesting. So what is a Connect instrument, and how does it work?
Connect is a motion sensing device that's created by Microsoft. It started out for Xbox as a gaming instrument. However, artists are now using it in order to integrate them with their installations.
Okay.
So it's an existing device. However, the engineering behind the integration is what makes some installations stand out rather than others.
Great. So visitors to the festival can expect to get into this immersive installation, and how long does it take them for the experience to unfold?
Well, it's totally up to them. I'm sure once they see their entire body covered in something, and of course it's very safe, it's not harmful at all, but once they see that their entire body is covered up in this kind of immersive world, then they're going to want to take pictures, they're going to want to look down at their hand, they want to look down on their feet, they want to look at their face, and then you could also look at the person next to you, and they are going to look completely different than what they looked like when they stepped in. So of course 5 to 10 minutes would be possible. It's definitely up to the user and how much he wants to explore this sensation.
Amazing. And is this going to be available to visitors over all 3 days?
Yes, absolutely. So Echo will be hosting the conference, workshops, immersive installations, and the sound festival, all of them available throughout the 3 days, and open to all because the venue is free to enter. So it's in Dubai Design District.
Okay, fantastic. And are you expecting international visitors as well?
Yes, absolutely. Our target, as I said, is to really bring people together, bring people from different countries, different people who have different experiences, people who are creating different things. It's all about coming together, whether you're here or you're in the States or in the UK, wherever you are. We want you to come here. We want you to open up discussions and talks and exchange ideas and collaborate, of course.
And hopefully you'll be able to showcase some local talent perhaps at
Absolutely.
part of the expo. And
yes, local talent is very important to us. Our aim from day one has been to launch innovators from the region, so we want to showcase what's happening here, highlight the experience and the expertise of the locals, and be able to also expand their work in order for them to be able to maybe collaborate with someone who's doing something similar to them and complementing product maybe.
So it's like a real exchange of knowledge.
Absolutely, yes.
Sounds amazing. And you mentioned that there would be a sound festival. Can you take us through that a bit more as well?
Yes, so the Sound Festival is completely different than any other concert, because we are going to have DJs sitting down with visual artists, and the visual artists will have to mimic the DJ's sound through real life animation, real life visuals, real life light movements. So everything that the audience is going to experience is not only by hearing, but it's also by seeing, and it's seeing in real time. So you're going to see and experience art being created right in front of you in an immersive sound environment.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And has this ever been done before in the region?
No, it has not been done in the region yet. So definitely we're very excited, and we can't wait for to see the response of the visitors and who are going to be coming to ECHO.
Amazing. So D3 is going to be the home of ECHO for the next 3 years. Does this mean that visitors to the festival will be able to explore what else D3 has to offer and some of the culinary concepts as well?
Absolutely. D3 is home to the designers, to the innovators, to the artists and the creators of the region. It's become a hub for creativity. Definitely visitors will not only explore ECHO, but will explore what D3 has to offer in terms of culinary experiences, existing galleries, and of course concept stores.
Amazing.
So it will be an all-round experience.
So it sounds to me like there's a couple of themes to this. It's sort of an educational theme. You've got this exchange of knowledge happening, but it's also something that's really going to open people's minds. It's going to be something that's, sort of families can enjoy, anyone can enjoy, something to go to on the weekend. Does that sort of sound right? Do you think it's
Absolutely.
quite inclusive?
Yes, it is. Because you see so much online, sometimes your mind can get a little stagnated because you can run out of creativity. And it's so important to be able to go to things or see things that can open up your mind and make you think differently. Of course, what's available in Pinterest and Instagram and XYZ sites is great because it's explorative and you can go in and search. But ECHO will be able to give you this experience where you go and explore with your senses. You go walk, you
sort
go
of more three-dimensional.
Yes, absolutely. You walk around, you listen, you hear, you talk, you feel, you touch, you see. So it's this explorative process that we want people to take on, and we want people to feel. We want them to leave the event with something to think about because of the diverse range of topics that we're hosting.
And tell me, in terms of businesses, what would they get out of taking part in the ECHO Festival?
Definitely, they could begin to see the gap in the market. They can begin to see the opportunities available, what is taking place outside, and what they can bring to the region. That's definitely one factor. The other factor is if you are within any brand right now would want to interact with their customers. So Echo is going to bring you these the people that are changing the course of marketing and that changing and part of this new wave of marketing and technology. So if you're a business that wants to talk to brands, you're certainly going to be able to meet the people who are creating the experiences that brands want to integrate within their marketing campaign. So definitely you have two factors, and the third factor, of course, is knowledge. It's so important to see what's happening out there. What can you learn and what can you take back to the office with you? If it's not to buy a product or to invest in a product, what can you learn from this speaker who's innovating, and how can you integrate it back into your work or in your personal life?
I'm glad you touched on speakers actually. It seems like you've got quite a fantastic lineup so far.
Yes. We're very proud of our speakers. We're very, very proud of our speakers. They're super interesting. They're so diverse. They're literally the pioneers of tomorrow. They're forward thinkers, they're artists, but they're also engineers and they're scientists. They're working with the biggest brands in the world. And the way that they can speak to people is in a very interactive and they will definitely pose some open-ended questions that would want you to ask them, what is it, what's the answer, I want to know. And you might not even get an answer because it's they're explorers, so
there's no answer yet.
No, there isn't. Yeah. So it's definitely there's people to look out for.
So how will visitors to the festival be able to engage with them? You mentioned there was a conference, there were talks, there were workshops. Can you talk us through a little bit more about how this is going to work?
Yes, so of course the conference and the workshop is something that you have to register for beforehand. So you can go online to our website, it's very easy for you to just go ahead and buy a ticket. As for the talks, they will be taking place throughout the day, so definitely that's something that you can book for as well. So I do urge people to book beforehand. Workshop spaces are only available for 20 people per class.
Oh, wow.
So they're very limited because we want the students to get the most out of the class. We don't just want them to leave with an idea, we want them to eventually be able to create a product. Okay. And integrate it into their own product. So definitely it's something that's easy to do, but you just need to do it in advance and plan your day ahead because there's a lot to see. So if you want to cover a lot of Echo, you have to plan it out.
Fantastic. Well, the festival sounds absolutely amazing. So for people to buy tickets, do they need to go to your website? What was that address?
Yes, so it's echodubai.com. Very easy. Booked your ticket is highlighted in pink, so you just click there, enter your details, and you're done. Very easy process. Okay,
amazing. Well, thank you so much for speaking to us today. So Noura, the festival is taking place in December in Dubai. Who do you think is going to be attending, or who would you like to see at the festival over the 3 days?
Because the festival appeals to a broad range of audiences, of course we expect to see people that range from innovators to creative scientists and engineers, artists, let's repeat it again.
That's okay. We also want to talk about students.
Yeah.
The educational side of it, the business side of it, and the consumer side.
Okay.
So Noura, the festival is taking place from the 14th to the 16th of December in Dubai at D3. What does the audience look like? Who do you expect is going to be attending the festival?
Yeah, so it's going to, of course, have a B2B and a B2C audience. The visitors we expect to see range from all ages. So you're talking about 18-year-olds, so university students, all the way to professionals, so even 50 plus. I mean, there's never an age limit for exploration. So definitely the age limit, there's no age limit, so it's very broad in terms of age, but in terms of genre as well, it's very broad because the event covers so many topics such as future thinking, such as creative education, such as art and entertainment. So you're talking about a broad range of topics, so that equals to a broad range of audience. So stemming from business minds to education, so students and teachers, professors, artists, DJs, developers, innovators, creative scientists, creative engineers. We're also touching upon biotechnology. So definitely people in science should come definitely and attend in order to explore more about what's happening in the realms of biotechnology.
Okay, amazing.
So it's very broad.
And how many people do you expect over the 3 days?
Our marketing strategy and our PR strategy is geared towards 10,000 people within the 3 days. That's our aim. So definitely that's something that we're aiming for within the 3 days. But of course, the more the merrier. So 10,000.
So you mentioned the term biotechnology.
Yes.
I know just from a personal side, I would have to think, gosh, what does that actually mean exactly? You're combining bio, life with technology. It's could be quite a complicated term for most people to really understand. And I imagine there's quite a few of these different terms and things that you're going to be exploring over the course of the conference and the workshops and the talks. How would you go about sort of explaining these to your average audience here?
Well, first of all, we're starting off with our awareness campaign online. So on our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we're setting out this vocabulary campaign whereby we're using the common terminologies of future thinkers and integrating them within our campaign to define to the people what they actually mean in simple terms. Of course, it can get really complicated, so we're giving them the overall vision of the term, and then once they're in the event itself and they attend the conference, they can hear firsthand from the speakers what they actually mean in an in-depth way. So you have online, and then you have, of course, in real life with the speakers. So it's a two-tiered approach.
That's amazing. I think at the end of the day, a lot of people are scared to say they don't know what this means or what it is.
Yes.
So if you can relay something to the public in a very simple, easy to understand way, you're definitely going to boost more awareness around what the messages are that you're trying to get through to them.
Yes, definitely. We're also going to be touching upon the topics to our podcast. So we're going to have sessions whereby we explain what these terms mean, what our conference terms mean. We're also going to be speaking firsthand with the speakers that are attending the event for them to explain a little bit about the terminology and the ideas. And of course, we're going to be talking about subject matter experts locally to see how we can relate to the local aspect of the innovation here, and then be able to link it with the international expertise as well. So there's different ways that we're doing it, but it's very conclusive.
Yeah.
So people should definitely tune into the podcast, because a lot of information is going to come out and start off from the podcasts.
Well, it sounds like you've got it all figured out. Tell me if anyone has any questions about the festival or about any of these terms, how can they get in touch with you?
We are very approachable and we're very transparent, so you can find us on our social media pages, on our website ecodubai.com. You have a contact us form, we have our number, we have our email available everywhere, so we're very easy to approach, and they can ask us at any time. We're also answering 24/7 because of the different time zones as well that we're approaching, so we always have someone on call 24/7 to answer any questions or queries.
And in terms of various businesses or brands getting involved, ones who might want to be involved in terms of sponsorship or perhaps hosting one of the workshops, should they get in touch with you directly?
Yes, absolutely. Again, the website is very easy to, on the website it's very easy to find us. And we'll also be available on Facebook. Contact details are all there. So, there's different ways to approach us. And again, we're very approachable.
Fantastic.